Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sandeep Kumar, and I'm working as a engineer, senior software engineer, and I involved in ML AI technologies completely and with Python. Okay, so this is the total 8+ years of experience from the IT industry. I involved in multiple technologies like Microsoft products, SharePoint, and the .NET, and this Python programming with AI and ML related NLP technologies. I have developed a couple of products on this one. So currently, my interest is I'm very much curious to teach the people on the programming, the current programming languages like Python and ML related topics. So I'm very much interested to give the sharing knowledge related like that. Okay, so in this section, in this sessions, we are going to discuss about what is a Python, and hope you all know hope you all know about Python, or anyone completely doesn't have any kind of knowledge regarding this one. Uh, you can speak now. So just I want to know from where you are. Some people may have a knowledge already, have some little bit knowledge on that one, or completely some people doesn't have any knowledge regarding the programming language or computer language, anything. So that's why I'm asking. Vivek and Kasa, can you hear me? So in this session, we are going to discuss about what is a Python, and how the Python is useful, like how what are the advantages of Python, and what kind of applications which we can develop with the Python, where in the current IT industry, where the Python is we are we are easily using, what kind of boom it has, how it is gradually increasing the usage of Python programming language in any sector, able to see my screen. So in the current industry, Python is a very huge demand for that, which we can use, in the multiple technologies. For example, if you want to develop a simple website or web application, whatever. So in that web applications also, most of the companies trying to engage Python programming language, web application development. Okay, web application. And second, if you want to use any kind of data analytics, like right now, we have a AI is growing, right? So in the AI related, data analytics or data analysis, regarding that one, most of the even the Power BI also for the dashboard creations, all this. So there, Python also we are using the Python programming, also we are using that. So data analysis, data analytics, we can say data analytics, and regarding ML, related of ML or AI products. Okay. For example, I will show you a simple example like YouTube. We will see the YouTube, right? So YouTube is developed with the Python, where we will get a recommendations after we see some YouTube channels or videos or whatever. So after that, we will get a same kind of recommendations we will get, right? If we watch the Python related courses in the YouTube, then we will get a Python and more about Python, pandas, any kind of the teaching related channels or videos will get the recommendations over there. So to get the recommendations on particular topics related to Python or anything, so we will get that recommendations. The YouTube is developed with the Python programming only, Python programming language. Yeah. The recommendation systems are included in the YouTube, right? Those developed with the Python programming language. And not only here, like we have a Google search engine. Google search engine will work in the Python programming language. Google search engine. So these many advantages of Python we have in the current industry, like so web applications, and if you see ML, AI, and REST APIs. So to access the data in a, framework, right, APIs later. So there is also we are using the REST API from the we are getting the data in the REST API format. Also, we have a Python program. We are using Python programming language here, and not more. Not only this, there are a lot of advantages with the Python. It is how why that much advantages here. So if we go with the advantages, like first thing, easy to learn. Okay, easy to learn. Why? So here, in other compared to other languages, we have a syntax based, right? Like for example, Java or .NET, we need to make the syntax complexity is there. But in the Python programming language, we have a could you please someone please mute yourself? I'm getting some disturbance. Okay, so easy to learn because there is a it is very simple English related language, simple English related. Okay, so I will show you right now. Like I will show you in this session itself how we will write the simple print statement, how we will write the text context, how we will print that, and how we will create a variables. In other compared to other languages, it's very easy to learn. Okay, and lot of interpretations, like installation process, everything is very easy here in the Python programming language, while installing process or everything. So there we got a lot of advantages in that one. And Python is a very it is a interpreted language. Interpreted language is nothing but runtime. When we run the code and itself, we can execute and we will get the outputs over there. So simple. When we execute that, we will get the output over there. And it is a very and Python is a object oriented programming language. It's not only the structured based. So we have a two architectures. One is uh, structure oriented, and another one is object oriented. Okay, by the way, Python will object oriented. Okay, so Python will accept these two kind of concepts. What is structure based? If you know that, like we have a functions in the C language. We have it is a only functions based. It is a structure based algorithm is over there. But in the Python will accept this one and object oriented programming language also. It's not only the structure based. So we have Python functions at the same time. The class and objects related um, uh, functionality we'll use in the Python programming. That is the main advantages with the Python. So what is the main advantages of the object oriented programming? We'll discuss in the later sections. Okay, and coming to the what kind of roles or what kind of jobs we can get with the Python. Okay, so we have a lot of gaming is also developed with the Python, gaming applications. Okay, game developer, web designer with the Python language. If you learn Python language, web designer and Python developer, full stack developer. Okay, Python developer and full stack. You may ask, like, what is the difference between full stack and Python? So if you go with a Python developer, it is a completely backend environment, like backend in the sense uh, the programming language which will write, but full stack will include the front end or framework environment. Will introduce framework related here. framework. So what is a framework? So here, which Python supports, if you understand, like Django and Flask, these are the frameworks which will integrate with the Python. So after we develop this Python, after we learn with the Python programming language, we can integrate with the frameworks like Django, Flask. To once we complete all these two things like Python programming language and Django or any kind of, here we have two frameworks. One is Django and Flask, right? Anyone is fine, like Django or Flask. So once we complete this, it will take it as a full stack development. Of course, we need to add the database. Full stack is completed with the programming language, plus one framework. It is related to front end. So when we use the Django framework, it will include it HTML and CSS as well. Okay, CSS and DB. So it is completely a web full completely. We need to have a complete knowledge on every item like a framework, DB, and programming language. So then it will consider as a full stack developer. So in the current industry, like most of the people asking for full stack developer. Okay, so everyone must should have some knowledge regarding the either programming language at the same time frameworks and database related. So then they are very it is easy to like nowadays not only I can write only the programming language. I can't convert the language into the framework related. So it is not going up right now. So everyone should have some knowledge on everything like programming language, frameworks and database. So regarding that, okay, I'm getting some messages, I think. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. So here framework is a if you see, I will take the questions in the end. So but okay, fine, no problem right now. So full stack developer is, if you have we need one person, previously in the past, what is happening, like a person has a only programming language, has knowledge on programming language like C sharp, .NET, C sharp or C sharp .NET or Java something. But and Python, for example, Python is a programming language. But the person who wants at the same time the frameworks is nothing but, for example, Django framework, in for a particular Java, sorry, .NET related, we have ASP.NET and see ASP.NET is there. There is a one framework ASP.NET or MVC framework we have. And for Python we have a Django, and if you see about Java, it is a servlets or something we have. Python related Django and Flask we have frameworks. What is a framework now? So framework is a, it will integrate like what are the front end, okay, will integrate with the integrating with the help of programming language. Okay, so to in a simple manner, if you want to develop a web application here, okay, you want to create a web application. Okay, so this web application you can take it as a Amazon. Okay, in this Amazon, if you see that there is a buttons like products, electrical goods or fashion, something, everything is there, including login, everything is available, right, including the pictures of every product. Okay, now this is the front end. Okay, but this front end will the data products, all these products, the images and prices, everything is extracted or fetching from the database. This is the database. In this database, every item is stored into the database, first thing. Okay, and from there, what are based on the category, for example, from the electrical goods. So From the electrical goods, we will see all the products here. Okay. To get this data, okay, to get this data from the database and here to show in a particular manner, okay, particular design. So design is here again, it is introduced with the HTML and CSS will comes here, but all this comes under the framework. And to make the bridge between database and the this front end environment, we need a programming language. So how we are extracting the data from the database and how we are utilizing this data. So if we are using Django from the using usage of object model, okay, orient or ORM, object relational mapping, based on that concept, we will retrieve the data from the database to front end. And how we are going to use the data, for example, from the electrical itself, we have a multiple options: mobiles and TV and washing machine or freeze, whatever, right? But based on again, we are filtering the data in the to show the in the web page, right? So to get that, we are using the programming language, and here this complete part is the framework. Okay, here we use Django. So Django will complete comes with a template format. We need to use the templates over there. Uh, so framework will discuss when we are working with the Django. It is a very it will work with the MVT architecture. So there you will understand very better, like a model, view, template. So in this way, the templates, this complete framework will comes here. So while we are teaching about Django framework, you will understand better way. Okay, now just we need to understand programming language is a create a bridge between front end and database. So there it will hold the sections we call as a full stack, completely framework and full stack developer who have a knowledge on related to front end related and the database related. So database is nothing but you no need to write a query. We already have in the programming language like sorry, in the Django framework we have a concept like ORM, object relational mapping. With this concept, we can retrieve the how we are retrieving the data, how we are inserting the data, how we'll delete the data. All this will comes under the ORM concepts related to database concepts. Okay, and coming to the HTML, here we'll use just basic knowledge on the HTML is enough, because we have a templates from the web designer. Actually, UI UX developer is one role is there. They will provide the frameworks, they will provide the wireframes, we call as a wireframes in the industry, like we call as wireframes. So they will provide wireframes or templates. Okay, those the UI UX team will provide the wireframes or templates, and these templates will use in the this Django framework. So there, how we are storing the data into the this wireframes. Wireframes is come nothing but it is a template way to what are the data required in which place. For example, here home. Okay, it will explain about the website. Okay, there what is the context over there. So they will provide all the tags, anchor tag, table tag, everything they will provide. They no need to do extra effort. So they will provide, UI UX developers will provide the wireframes and templates. So so you need to understand how we are getting the data, and with the programming language how we are using in the Django frameworks later. Okay, any questions? Okay, so uh, now I'm explaining, I'm going to explain about simple syntaxes, couple of topics in the Python programming related today. One thing first, how we will write the program in the Python language. So here, in other languages, just I don't want to give a confusion over there, but just a simple thing, I want to print my name. in the Python programming. So here just we can write print. If I print this one, if I execute this code in the Python interpreter or environment, then it will run the just it will print Sandeep. So this much simple we can create. And there is an advantage, like as I said, in other languages, every time if you are trying to create a variable, like if you want to create a integer number, so in other languages, like we need to mention that what kind of data type it is. Okay, it is a integer or it is a string or it is a list or float, something boolean or something. We need to provide the date information. But in the Python programming language, by default itself, okay, it will understand what kind of data it is. Here, if I take this one, for example, name, this is a variable. I will explain what is a variable, everything. But here name equals to, I'm giving Python. Okay, I'm giving Python. So this name, if we enter, if we run this code, name, what is the data type for this name? Type of name will return the text. Like this is a text. If you use a single quote or double quotes in between the single quote or double quote, whatever you return, that is considered as a text or string. That is called string. And if I enter year, okay, year, and I mention that is 2024. So this is considered as a integer because I'm not written any kind of single quotes or double quotes for this value, and I'm just it is working as a integer. If you don't write in between the single quotes or double quotes, this is considered as a integer. This is a one thing. And how we will find that it is a float? Then if you have any kind of decimal values, for example 10.05, okay, then it is directly considered as a float. Okay, remaining like a list boolean, I will list will discuss later. But here another one, uh, if serve is true, if you have a value like is true, then if you write true in this way, then it is take it as a boolean data type. Okay, so how many types of data types we have? One is integer, string, float, and boolean, list, dictionary, tuple, and set. So these are the data types under the Python.
How about data type?
Sorry,
Date.
date will, yeah, another one is date will come, but it is a we use like it is considered as sometimes we need to mention if you write something like if you are writing the date in this format, okay, 01 2 2024. Okay, if you write this date format, you need to explicitly mention that convert into the date format. Okay, we need to convert that into the date format. To while using date dot, we need to import some kind of libraries to work with the date format. We can't directly use, we need to import date and time, date time. Okay, this kind of libraries we need to import.
So for
For the
other data
data
types, we
type,
don't need to import any
nothing,
data.
nothing, no need to import for these things. But
For
while
date,
working
you
with
have
the
to
date,
import.
sorry,
For date, we have to import.
yes, exactly. To work with the date, definitely we need to import to use the date format. Okay. Yeah. So while that is the reason, it is another concept in course content itself, date and time, how we are using the date and time, everything, including the time or only date, year, everything will comes over there. Okay, so here it is we can consider as a another extra for this data type. Okay, first we'll concentrate on these data types: integer, string, float, boolean, list, dictionary, tuple, and set. Okay, let's take simple examples with execution. Okay, before that I want to introduce the one environment, which is Anaconda. Okay, Anaconda distribution. Anaconda distribution. So regarding Anaconda distribution, it is the actually we use this environment. This is the IDE to execute or to run the programs right now. But most of the people, we have multiple IDs we have to work with the Python. One is PyCharm, VS Code, and VS Code, Atom, all this. Okay, but coming to the why I use Anaconda distribution here. Actually, from the starting, from last when I started my teachings sessions, I used to go with the Anaconda distributions to explain in a detail, line by line. So for the beginners who doesn't with the PyCharm, we need to create a project or something, right? For the basics level, how we will write the simple syntax, simple statements. So regarding that, we can use the Anaconda distribution. But coming to the project level, projects creating the projects related, either will go for the PyCharm or VS Code. Most of the companies or any organization, mostly the teams will use PyCharm or VS Code while working with the Python and any kind of full stack development with the Django framework or Flask development. So most of the people use PyCharm and VS Code. Atom also is there, but Atom has a little less feasibility, but PyCharm has a lot of advantages. It will create their own virtual environment, and a lot of other libraries already exist for the PyCharm. So that is the reason most of the people interested to work with the PyCharm while working with the Python related and Python full stack development related projects. Okay, and I will show you the this one, uh, PyCharm related now. So this is the PyCharm. Can you able to see my screen? Sorry, this is a Anaconda distribution. In Anaconda distribution, we have a Jupyter notebooks. These are the notebooks. Why I am specifically using this kind of environment to explain? As I said, very easy to run the code and easy to understand the code in an easy manner. Okay. Okay. First thing, how we will write the simple statement, the print statement today. Okay. For example, I want to run or I want to execute a simple name, which is print. We have a print statement. I will explain our print, how many ways we can write the print statement also. I will explain, but for today demo sessions, I'm going to the brief overview of what exactly it is. So I'm going to Python here. Okay. Now if I run execute this code, so it is a Python. Simple execution is required. No need to write public void, static void, or something which we are using in other languages. But here simple language, like we can execute in a simple, just shift enter, so it will execute it, the Python. And if you see here, the variable in other languages, we need to create a, if you are creating any kind of variable, you need to create a variable name something. But here just mention name equals to Python full stack. I have created name, and when I run this name function, name here, it will get Python. And if you see here, I'm running this with a double quotes. Okay, okay. So I'm running I'm using the double quotes here. Python full stack. And here, if I execute this name variable, it is storing in the single quotes. So this is we consider we are calling as a string environment, string value. Okay. Now, just to understand what kind of data type it is, type of name, it is a string value. Okay. So the Python full stack is a string value. If you write, okay, now I'm going to write course equals to same Python in the top what we printed. Okay. Now type course. This is also string. Even if you write directly also, it will give the answer. Python. And as I mentioned, like we have two things. One is double quotes and another one is single quotes, right? If you written in between the single quotes also, what you have written, that is considered as a string value. If I written single quotes Python stringle, then this is also string value. Okay, if I enter another one, type single quotes Sandeep, this is also string value. But what is the difference between these double quotes and single quotes? We can use a single quotes also, right? The we have some challenges while working with the large text data. If you have a text data is huge, and in this one, we have a sometimes we will get a apostrophe value over we will come, right? For example, I'm writing single quotes. This is Sandeep's book. If we write this way, so the string is started here. The string is started here and ended till here, till Sandeep. But the sentence is not completed till here, not only till Sandeep. It is completed at the book level, right? So while using this way, this kind of sentences, we got an error. Like if we run this code also, it will throw an error. Print. Yeah, thank you. So here, as I here, if we use the single quotes, so the sentence is ended here, but the actual sentence is not ended at the Sandeep. It is ended at the book level, right? So to avoid this kind of issues, to errors, we can use if I use this double quotes and enter this double quote at the end after book. So even if we use this apostrophe, Sandeep's book, right? Even if we use the apostrophe, then it will not throw an error. It will print as is. And if you mention, if you take this as a what kind of data it is show as a string only again. String. So it will show as a string value now. Even if you use a single quotes in between the sentences. It is not completed, right? Only the single quote we are using.
So
It is called as a
always refer better to use double quotes.
exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. So better while you are working with a string context, definitely you need to use a double quotes while working with the text context. Okay, it is a better good practice actually. Unfortunately, if someone added any kind of single quotes or apostrophes related context, it will throw an error. That is the reason. So
Okay.
yeah, so better to use double quotes while working with the text data. Okay. Now, uh, coming to another data types, like if we have a, for example, I'm making as year as I discussed year 2024 run and type of year 2024. Okay, it is an integer value. Okay, this is an integer value. Now, if I enter, if I return in this in between double quotes, okay, year, and this is called as a sorry, I'm sorry, year. This is a string. Previously, if I use This is a year. If you observe, first I written year equals to 2024 in an integer format. Number, integers is nothing but numbers. Hope you all we know in the BTech level, right? Integers is nothing but numbers. It's completely new natural numbers. And here, if I written 2024 and this year is I enter the type year of year, then it is an integer value. But here it is showing still like I not executed this value, right? If I enter integer again, it is integer. I want to show another one. If I year 2024. So first I'm running. This is the 19th cell. Just and observe it is a 19, and I'm executing 19th cell now. Executed 19th cell and executing this cell, the which is newly created cell. Executed 23 year 20. So I have executed year 2024 is an integer format and year in a string format 2024 in string format. Now I'm trying to understand what kind of data it is. Then if I enter string, so Python will take if we are using the same kind of variables like year, we are using same variable, right? If we are using same variable, then it will take the latest one, the recent variable name, what are the value assigned for the recent variable, then that is considered as a value. Okay, it will not take this year equals to 2024 at all. If you already executed a new one, you already execute a new one, right? Year equals to 2024 in the string format, so it will take the year equals to string format only, not the integer format. Okay, so that is must and should, like sometimes in the programming language, the project level, what we are going to do, like we create a one variable, for example full first name, and in the next level we create another name which is full name. But but like same first, sorry, first name and first name. First we'll create a first name, and after couple of lines of code, then we recreated the first name different way. Okay, so the recent first name, recent first name variable will execute. This will not execute. It is assigned to here directly if you use the same kind of variable name. So while creating the variable name itself, we need to focus, like we need to concentrate on this one. Need to take a very careful about while creating the variables. Okay, now this is about strings and variables, strings and integers, right? Now if we go with the floating points, like for example uh, book price 100 rupees 25. Okay, I did not mention any kind of type, data type it is. This is just type of book price. Okay, and executed, it is a float value. Okay, it is a float value. Now it is a float value. Now if I return this one inside single quotes, book price, it is a string. Again, whatever you return, double quotes or single quotes, it will convert into the string format only. Okay, so float is a float price, and another one is to some keywords are there which will give the different color. Even in the PyCharm also it will do that. So is the Python default keywords. We'll discuss about the default keywords is nothing but if conditions, is, in, and some kind of keywords which we use frequently. Those are the default keywords. We can't use only those keywords for the variables declaration. Is true is a one variable, and if you write true like this, it is considered as a boolean. Now run and type of is true. Now it is a boolean value. Okay, so these are the string, integer, float, and boolean. Like I mentioned, like list, right? I will come up with a list for today. Then I will go for the 20 questions or something. Okay. List is a.
One question.
I'm sorry.
Hello. You wrote
Yeah.
is true, right? Is true is a reserved word or
No, no, it's
variable?
not reserved. It's a I created. You can create anything. Just say
Okay.
if I write, it's a variable name. Is it or like is a reserved word. Like it is a default keyword for the Python. Is in like that. Not also there. Not kind of words. So while
Is true.
creating,
Is
sorry,
true is not there.
not there.
Is true.
Is true is not there. If you see,
You can write
if
anything and you can load it as a true or false.
yeah, actually, this is a variable name, right? You can write in any way. It's not related to is true. No need to write for the Boolean values. No need to write. No need to mention as is like is true or something. You can write something also, right? You can write different way also. Is Boolean like this one. The variable conversation, the variable creation is based on our requirements and better understanding of the developers. Like after you develop, some people will understand what exactly it is boolean is nothing but you are checking for the what kind of value is it boolean value, true or false kind of value you are looking for, that right? So based on this variable declaration you will understand, the developer will easily understand what kind of value may get here.
Okay.
It's a variable declaration. While we are discussing of the variable declarations, you will a lot of observations you will find there. Okay. Even this is a simple, even if you write boolean is the value, it's a variable. You can write variable anyway. Okay, as you raise the point, while creating the variable, no need to mention, no, do not do not give the space while creating. For example, my name, like this. This is not considered as a variable. If you want to create a variable like this, or first name like this, you don't create a variables with the spaces. If you want to create a variable with the proper naming conventions to understand better, we can use underscore. So this is better reading, right? Even if you use first name in a single format, sometimes it's not looks good. So we can use underscore to create a variables like this. First name like this way. If you use you can run this code first name, and if I run this again, it is also boolean. Yeah, there's no, the variable declaration is anything you want, but that is a definitely it should a meaningful and understandable format. And main thing, main need to don't use spaces while creating the variables. We'll discuss in the later, no problem that is regarding that. Okay, now coming to the another data type, which is list. Okay, in other languages this list may not have like C sharp or Java, but here list is a collection of collection of different data types values. Okay, different data type values. It will collect any kind of value in between the square brackets. Okay, it is represented in the square brackets, and you can write, for example, name and value like single quotes like floating value 20.24 or something, and boolean value, and for example integer value like 100 rupee 100, and floating value 2.200.04, like that. Any kind of value. Even it will accept another list in between inside the list as well. For example, if we write another list, this will also inserted. Okay, so this is a list is a collection of data, and it will accept collection of data, and this data may have any kind of data type, any kind of data type. So this is, it will accept any kind of data type, not only the particular. For example, string will accept only the string format, right? The same way here, list is accepts any kind of data inside the list elements. Okay, and I will explore this. List is a very important topic. So list is a very important topic. List and dictionaries are there. Will while working those concepts, we need to run practically a lot of things. And here I want to tell another one is, which is this asterisk. What I'm writing from the starting also, I'm writing this asterisk, right? Actually, this asterisk means it is a comment sections. It will work as a comments. So the, as a developers, we need to go with the better practices, like write a comments while writing the code. Okay, you mean if you are writing the 10 lines of code, okay, but to, while writing the code, what purpose of this code is you written? Okay, you written 10 lines of code, but what purpose we are writing this code? So because after we develop, some people may take this code, right? So they will understand, they need to understand, the other developer need to understand the code, then mention that we need to write a comments for what purpose we are writing. This is the list item, this is a variable item, what kind of variable it is, from where it is coming, that kind of information we need to provide. So these all are comes under the pip 8 pip 8 guidelines. Okay, there is a one installation pip 8 rules, pip 8 rules. So there we will need to understand how we will write the, for example, if you created any kind of function, so in the function, uh, we are going to give a arguments, right? In the arguments, what is the argument, from where is the source of this argument, and where we are going, what are the executions happen, and what is the return. So that kind of information we need to provide in the pip 8 rules. So these also will discuss while this functions later we'll discuss about the functions, like no functions topics. Okay. Now here, so for today, uh, these are the topics I want to cover. Now you can go with any questions. What are if you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, one question. Your good name?
Sandeep.
Yes, Sandeep. Sandeep, in our session, I mean, in our course, Django will also in part of the course.
Yes. For full stack developer, yes, Django is there.
No, no, I'm not talking about full stack. The course content, what you have shown, I could say that there is a Django separate course is there. I mean, after the Python. So, is
Correct.
this part of the our course course content or it is extra?
No, no, it is part of the course. Like here, uh, we created this course content in for the full stack developer. Okay, for the full stack developer, we are giving Python plus Django. That is considered as a full stack.
Sandeep,
The
one
complete.
more question. Yeah,
Yep.
Python will be used in many places. Actually, joined this course for using this Python in data warehousing, connecting different systems, and in reporting also we used to use in Power BI reporting tool also is there. For that purpose, I have joined the course. So, is this will helpful for me?
Yes, programming language is for only data warehousing, and regarding that, Django is not required, I think. But programming language, like first the context, right? The programming Python programming language, till the generators, we have a decoration generators concepts is there, right? Till that, it is definitely required.
Okay.
If
Complete
you don't
Python.
want to go for the development, the full stack developer, then programming language is mandatory. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In our course, most of the items are covered, right, in Python, whatever the course content is given.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Sandeep.
Yeah. Yeah. Sagar. For data analytics purpose only, how much depth level Python knowledge is required? Basic is enough or we? Yeah. For data analysis also, uh, Python programming language is good, and after that, for the data analytics purpose, definitely will need some other technologies like NumPy, uh, uh, pandas libraries, and data visualization kind of stuff, which will required for that actually for the data analysis perspective. Sagar, you got it? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Anyone? Anyone have questions?
This Python, how many days it will be there? Training?
Python Python only itself take 30 days, 30
Okay.
to 40 days, and remaining 20-25 days it will take the Django framework.
Okay.
Yeah. And after a couple of sessions, I'm going to explain about what we need to install, and what are the tools we need to install while working with the Python programming. Hope there is Sandeep, right? From Is that Sandeep, right? Last Saturday we discussed. Is that correct? Hello. So are you Sandeep, right? The question regarding.
This is Venkat actually, not Sandeep.
Okay, okay. Actually, last Saturday I had a conversation with the same kind of requirement, data engineering related. The person also asked the same kind of requirement, like data engineering related, Python
No,
related,
my
right?
yeah, the main
Yeah, understood.
purpose, the main purpose we joined for this is data engineering, not for the web development.
Yeah,
So
understand.
here, what we used to do is we used to use Python in various places in Snowflake database.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay,
many places we used to use in Snowflake. 1 GB file also we can able to load the data into table. Okay, so but you need to cut that file into 100 MB, 100 MB like that.
okay.
To cut that file,
Yeah.
we require
Okay, okay,
Python.
okay, okay. Understand.
So there are many places we'll be using like a file. File based also will be having the some discussion, right? How to
Yeah.
use
Uh,
work on files.
Correct. Okay, let me go with the course content. If
I mean,
you.
copy and dividing files into multiple files, something like that.
Yes, yes. Uh, okay. So maybe I missed it, but see here I mentioned input and output files, right? So in there itself, how we will read the data from the input files, the text files or something. We will I will explain about that input and output files. How we will write the file, and how we'll create a files, text files or anything, and at the same time read the data from the text files as well.
Yeah, we can divide the files also, right? I mean, a file is having 100 GB data, 1 GB data. So then
Okay.
we can divide into 100 MB files, 10 files like that. We can divide, right?
That based on the table structure. If suppose we have a CSV file, okay, if we
Okay.
have a CSV file, we can based on the filters based, we can divide that file. Like for example, into the multiple filters. If we see that programming language, for example, we have a one section like category. Category is a one column in the CSV. Based on the columns category, I have a around 10 kind of categories. Then we can divide based on every category have another individual CSV file for this particular category. So get in that
Oh,
way we can get that.
so it is not like just divide the file into some. Uh, I mean, 1 million records like that. We cannot do. We need to divide based on the column value what is exist. Is that
But
correct?
we need to divide that also we need to give instructions like how on what basis we need to divide.
Got it. Got it. Understood.
Even for the programming languages, we need to give instructions that on what basis we need to divide, and what are the criteria we need to provide that, right? So definitely it is considered as a filter based.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone? Anyone? Yeah. Last thing, like these are the course content is about the Python programming language, the first one, and after that, here I mentioned the Django introduction of Django or HTML and CSS. Just I will cover up the basics, what are required only. After that, I will go with the Django framework. This Django framework's related topics may differ, like uh, the advanced kind of concepts are adding. So I will update the new concepts which are currently used. The versions are frequently changes, right? So the new version, what are the new libraries added? I will update on this one. Okay, nothing to worry. Anyone still have questions? Okay then. So we'll wind up the